Okay. So, I'm trying to decide where to start here. Well, I guess we'll start here in the beginning, because I see, this is like, I see this wand here. This is this dream that you've been holding on to, right? All of us have had, this idea, this dream, this goal that we've been working towards. Probably all year, if not the whole year, the better part of the year, right? And it's like, no matter what we do, we're just not really getting anywhere, right? And at this time period, you're still kind of there, but you're still holding on to the dream, right? And what I'm seeing here is that you are getting, this has been designed, right? This is spirit, the angels and masters. We have, this figure in the stained glass window looking down on you, and the healing, right? You've been forced into this place for healing. And I feel like you are kind of, aware of this, which is what is keeping you. I guess I want to show you this a little up close, right? We see this nice pink. Well, there's like a rainbow behind it, right? This is the path. We hardly see it, right? We hardly notice it. There's this path that's been opened here that this is floating through. And we've kind of just got stuck, right? And we have it anchored down, which, because we're still looking at where the path is heading. But we do need to ground, at least temporarily, right? And then we can pull up anchor and move along. And I'm feeling like that is part of this message here. Because this is that dream, right? You're holding it here with the King of Wands. You're holding it here, defending yourself, feeling that, holding that ground, regardless of what comes at you, regardless of the obstacles, right? You know that this castle back here is worth it. And Spirit is giving you signs, I think, with this white rose here. It kind of reminds me of the moon, right? We do have this new moon in Scorpio that is going, and we do have Mars going direct finally in your sign. But I feel like there's still, I feel like we can feel that energy starting to loosen up, which is giving you, more to work with here, right? It's the Seven of Wands. It's not the Nine of Wands, which is good to see. And that is Mars in Leo. So, but, next to it, still holding this wand here, we have Saturn in Leo. So there's still, and this is, in the fire element, which is our actions, right? But I feel like you're using it to your best advantage here. It is next door to Blondie here, wearing the cheetah print, the animal print, which reminds me of Leo. And the thing is, this stay open to new things, you will never stagnate. And this Cindy Sherman card, right? Don't be yourself, be yourselves. Take a good long look in someone else's mirror. Right, we have 5 faces here, 5 wands, and they're all holding them up together. So I feel like, there might be some conflict, and you might be getting triggered, or you might be, you look really grounded here in your emotions, and we'll get back to this. Right, this is your emotions, and I feel like you're unshakable, right? You're really solid. These conflicts that come up, I feel like you are really learning from them, right? We have this Four of Swords, this calmness, this peace. There's a certain peace here, right in the center, right? And this Queen of Pentacles is telling me there's this peace that's around you, and you're using it because they're making this like pentagram, right? Which is a magical symbol. And so I feel like, you're getting ideas even for your next, you're making this plan based on the conflicts that you're engaging. Well, other people are, you're seeing perhaps even just the obstacles that get in your way. You're really like learning from them, and you're looking at other people and you're getting ideas. I really feel like, you're making this plan through being held back. All right. And this card, Marvin Gaye here, and the Angels and Masters, we have all these stars around them, and it says, don't fool around with something that you cherish. All right. We've got the Fool mentioned a couple of times, which I feel we are going to be making a leap at some point. I don't know if it's here, but it's at least alluding to taking a chance at some point. But, this is, don't fool around with something you cherish. There is madness in love, but also reason in madness. And I feel like, this is talking about your dream here. And, that you need to hold on to it. And, I get pulled to this Eight of Cups. Even here, he's got he's got the wand in his hand. I feel like this is encouragement to stay on the path, right? To dig deep and stay on your path. It is the right path. All these things, this is that, don't fool around with something you cherish. You cherish this path you've been walking along, or else you wouldn't have held on to it so long. So below here we have this change of seasons, and I can't help but notice this color moving through behind her. Right, it's very similar to the color here. But I'm also noticing, like, it looks like this, this wind is blowing this way, and it looks like, his ears are going forward, hers are going back. It's like she's even like closing her eyes to the wind, and this is like wheat back here getting blown this way, right? Do you see it? And I feel like this wind, this change of seasons, is almost blowing away the past. And of course, here we see him giving her this cup, and there's this sweetness. I feel like, there's certain elements that are being brought with us, right? This wind is taking those, but it's blowing it all into the future. And this wheat, is making me think of the harvest. This knowing that, this deep knowing that there is going to be this harvest that's accumulated here. All right. Now, to get back over here, this is your air element, right? This is going to be your thoughts, your communication, and this is forward thinking, standing your ground. Once again, nobody's getting you off of your throne here, off of what you can achieve. You're determined. And, with all this Leo, look at this top row here. It's a very charismatic, fiery, creative energy, right? Even with this ace here. It's completely creative. And it's interesting. So while we're here, I might as well say that this is the Emperor. Right. And, so it's interesting that, this is like, your rebirth, right? We've been, Mars has been retrograde in your sign since September, early September. And, it's like you've been going through this death process, and we see the sun rising here in the background. And it's like, this skeleton, and I don't know if this is the high priestess or the emperor. I mean, I think it's the high priestess. There's like this, they're like yelling at you. It's time to wake up. The eyes are like, okay. So, this rebirth is going to be happening in the future. And it's, this creative energy is just like, this, yeah, this manifestation, this planning, this, all of it is really like leading up to this beautiful rebirth. And so this is the earth element, the Knight of Swords. And, I just see you charging forward with your truth. This might have to do with this full energy here. You're not having any, and this goes through here. I feel like this rest period is really like there's a certain amount of peace, but it's like, you're not having any kind of, you're not allowing people to bring you fiction, right? This is like, tell the truth in every fiction. And there might be a sense of storytelling here, right? It's like, I feel like you're just like on this crusade, and you're just not having any kind of, I want to say tomfoolery. You're speaking truth, you're fighting for truth, you're seeking truth, and nothing else will do for you, right? I mean, like, and this is justice. This is Jupiter and Libra. You're really, this is all about like just truth and doing the right thing. And that's, this storming and, this wind is going this way too, right? We have this wind coming through here and it's bringing you this, right? It leads to this Queen of Pentacles. And, the Queen of Pentacles, it attracts abundance. It's like this, but you're moving towards the past here, right? Moving towards this Ace of Wands. And maybe there's something in the past that kind of like solves the problem. In this way, we have this King of Wands here, the Queen of Pentacles here. And these are, that masculine and feminine. There's a nice balance here. This is Sun in Scorpio too, this is Six of Cups. And this time period, we are in Scorpio season. So it's, that change. Ceci n'est pas un pipe. It's called the treachery of images. And this means this is not a pipe. So things may not be as they appear. You're feeling stranded here, but there's really a path being opened up, right? And then, of course, I always have to look at this over here, and we've got the three nymphs. And two are going this way, one's coming this way, right? It's like that past versus the future kind of thing. And I feel like we are going to be experiencing that a lot. It's so interesting that we have this wind blowing through here. And, there are going to be people who are wanting to hold on to the past. There's going to be people wanting to move into the future. And there's going to be this push and pull there. There's growth happening at the same time, right? Just as this isn't a pipe. Things aren't actually stagnant, right? Okay. Let's get closing guidance, and then we will take a look at the underlying energies all together and see what they have to say. And I want to go to the wisdom of the oracle for your closing guidance. Closing guidance for Aries, please. November 9th through the 22nd. And I just want to point out once again, these master numbers, right, that during this time, stay focused on that goal. Things are going to turn around. This is just mastering, there's doing these master numbers, there's more challenge involved. So you're doing the right thing. You're standing your ground, because this is what you're consciously focusing on. Okay, well, we got 3. Beautiful. It's so funny. Okay. And we have Loyal Heart at the bottom of the deck. I can't remember what I saw that was making me think that there was probably, we've got Clean It Up here. Interesting, because we have Chop Wood too. We're going to put these over here. Both of these came out in reverse. There is special messages. They call them protection messages. And we'll read those. But I'd seen something that made me feel like, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe this, and I was thinking about with this 8 of Cups here, with the Blondie, right? The tide is high, but I'm moving on. I'm going to be your number one. And of course, this can totally apply to the dream, right? Just keeping on that path. But getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work? Overwhelmed? Time to clean house. Every item out of place natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack, takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. So this is like what I was saying here. I feel like you are preparing, right, for the facing all these obstacles that are in your way and just preparing for the transformation. All right, let's look at these protection messages. Both of them, they came out together. So I'm going to turn it upright while I read this one, and then we'll see if I can't put them together. So, are you an armchair astronaut? Do you dream of wealth and fame, big ideas, inventions, or desires with a capital D? The appearance of this card is a sign that you might be devoting far too much time to dreaming and talking about your dreams. You have to get out of the chair to make things happen. You actually have to do something. Start with a small task. Remember, the big dream becomes reality only after you have begun to take incremental steps. Mythologist Joseph Campbell once said, "Take one step towards the gods, and they will take 10 steps towards you." This has to do with this fool, right? Like I said, there seems to be some kind of leap, that needs to be taken. Apparently, this has to do with a soulmate, right? This might have to do with this Knight of Swords here. Let's read what this says. Okay. An important relationship brings you to your knees. This is the kind of soulmate who comes with a powerful gift. Your patterns and all your old stories that don't serve your well-being enter this dynamic so you can heal them. This person is called to a sacred task to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even inconceivable. The question is not, why did he or she do this to me, but rather, what is the gift in this? Look into this mirror. You will only be changed for the better. Interesting. So this leap and, these two, that Marvin Gaye tends to be, and maybe that's why, Marvin Gaye tends to be my divine masculine. Not always, but then with this call me, right? This, they both have this full energy in them. So, this could be you. And, this is saying, look at this too. Regeneration is underneath, right? This, the rebirth of the Emperor Interesting. So, I'm thinking with this being in reverse, take it as it resonates, right? If you feel like you're the one that's supposed to reach out, then do so. But this could also be them reaching out to you. And, this Eight of Cups, I definitely feel like this is about staying on the path. But is there something, right? Are there obstacles in the way that need to be moved out? You'll know what they are. Okay, whoops. Let's take a look at these underlying energies. Ooh, 34, 35. Another sequence. Life purpose is underneath that, right? That's why this is so important, that you stay on this path. And, this take a good long look in someone else's mirror. And we have this, even a mirror image kind of, here as well. Look at that. We have transformation underneath the lullaby. And this is about, that peace that I feel that you are able to, or they're asking you to. I think that you are, very much capable of doing it. There is a sense of peace within you. I feel like the obstacles are more on the outside than on the inside. But this is also... I definitely see where he's got this music here, that music can be very helpful to you. You can ask for messages from spirit through music. Good shuffle.